probably the most important mic check of all time. So, Mike, please check yourself. Mike, please check yourself. Welcome, once again, to a Saturday night stream thing. I am, of course, Walcom S7, and I have been dying for the past week. So, this is something I have talked myself out of doing like 4 or 5 times now. And I decided to just go with it, because I need to get back into the swing of things. So, I will probably have to mute the mic when I'm coughing, because I cough a lot right now, and hopefully I don't die. I am sorry for the lack of content at the moment. I had no plans on taking a break, but I literally completely died after sometime Monday night. It's been bad. I heard a lot of people have been catching something, and I went out that one Sunday night to pick up some treats, and that was apparently enough to get me ill. So, it's been fun. How's everybody else doing? Hopefully your week's been better than mine, eh? Deploy falls apart by deploying it? Well, that's not good. Why does Mike keep needing to check himself anyway? I don't know. That guy just doesn't have it together. Proof that leaving the house is always the wrong thing. Always. I know. And I leave the house like 2 or 3 times a week. Maybe. I mean, it could have definitely been worse, in my opinion. It was the kind of completely shut down sickness that an inhaler would not fix. So, and I am far behind. I had to get a very tenuous, what's the word I'm looking for? See, that's the other thing. My brain is completely shot. Extension on an ad for a video. But we'll get there. We will get there. As for content, I am definitely not without it. I have plenty of stuff I already wanted to do. I have a package coming Monday that I am extremely excited for because it should be a very cool package. And then on top of that, I just set up getting more blasters for doing videos on with shop. So yeah, no, got lots of good stuff coming. Hopefully coming very, very soon. Will you ever review real firearms? No, because that gets you immediately blacklisted by YouTube most of the time, so. By completely worse, do you mean like the disease of certain Mexican, like, no. I mean, I had that, and I still don't know if that was, honestly all that bad. Whatever I had this time, which did not come up as that stuff, very bad. It felt like I was drowning all the time. Awful. I have been through like 2 bottles of NyQuil in the past week. Yeah, that's, do a video on water guns, do a video on water guns, do a video. Historically, those have always done terrible. Nobody cares about super soakers, it seems, anymore. And I don't blame them, because, like, we could literally have an entire stream of just looking at the super soakers NERF has released in the past 5 years. And I will struggle to find a single, even remotely decent one. I just saw, I think I went on, like, doing my usual, like, oh, hey, I'm finally back up in the studio. Might as well, like, check to see if anything new is released. So I go to, like, you know, Walmart or Target and stuff like that, and I'll just type in NERF and search by newest. That's, like, the easiest thing to do. And I saw that NERF had made a super soaker that is literally just a spray nozzle you attach to the end of a frickin' hose. I kid you not, comrade. It is literally a spray nozzle. A thing that is probably already on the end of your frickin' hose. But you take that one off and you put the Super Soaker one on. And it's probably worse in every single way. Or it's by far the most overpowered Super Soaker in existence. Hard to say. But that is a real product that you can burn your substantially hard-earned American currency on in 2024. If that is not the biggest, swiftest, fastest, pointiest kick to your ballistic balls that you've ever heard of, I just don't know what to tell you. Like, that alone should get Hasbro as a company wiped off the face of the planet. There should be a point where we just go, no, we are not doing this anymore. You are bad. You do not deserve redemption. I am through with you. And that point was literally making the hose sprayer attachment for your, and calling it a Super Soaker. I guess they don't have to pay Lonnie Johnson for that one, though, eh? The money will print itself, said Hasbro probably, as they, like, fire 2,000 people. I am getting a Worker Harrier thanks to your review. A super solid blaster, Red Reality. You will not be disappointed. Have you done any video on the reactor? I think so. It's not a very exciting blaster. There's really not a whole lot to talk about. I got a complete Red Strike Recon, Red Strike Vulcan, missing ammo box, a whiteout Long Strike. Oh, I think I saw that post, JB72. I don't remember where on Facebook, but... Excuse me. Yeah, I'm going to try to spare you from as much of that as possible. But, yeah, I think I saw that post. That's quite the haul. At that rate, you might as well make a Super Soaker that's just a bowl you fill with water and toss at people. Even that's pushing it. I really don't understand the thought process that's literal landfill. I'm not making this up either. It is a real product. In fact, I'm gonna find it now because I'm that angry. I could do an entire video on just how much this thing ruins the entirety of all of NERF. It makes it makes the Strifex look like garbage because this NERF Quad Blast Hose Soaker. Hold on. You guys have to experience this. I know. But you have to. This is the worst thing that has ever existed. We might as well start just getting things with lead and stuff back in them. Why is it that in studio mode, I cannot reshape anything? You know, it's kind of a really important feature, Streamlabs. There we go. I gotta try to, like, angle myself over here. And we'll do that, even though you can already kind of see it. So this is the NERF Quad Blast Hose Blaster. The good news is it's only $10. The bad news is buying something infinitely better from your local hardware store is about half that. But it is quite literally a less capable hose attachment. That's it. There is nothing about this that is even remotely worth anything. Highlights. Garden hose powered. Transform your garden hose into a soaking machine with this water blaster. That is AI generated. Chat, there's absolutely no way that that sentence was written by an actual marketing person. I don't even believe this product exists. I don't think human anything was a part of this creation at all. There's no way. It's a hose attachment. You probably had to pull off a far superior hose attachment to put this one on. But it's transform your garden hose, a thing that already is a soaking machine, into a soaking machine with this water blaster. We're really playing with the definition of what a blaster is. The NERF Super Soaker Quad Blast Hose Blaster is officially licensed by Hasbro and produced by WowWee. What does WowWee actually make? Is that all of their Super Soakers now? I'm not really familiar with WowWee off the top of my head, but you really need to pull your license away, Hasbro, because this is a frickin' joke. I'm sorry, WowWee, if you happen to be watching this in some fashion. This is a joke. This is the dumbest thing I have ever seen with a NERF logo on it, and there is a NERF logo on it. It could be $5. It would still be too expensive. Actually, at $5, you could almost make the joke. It's like, oh, well, it's a cheap hose attachment. 4 epic ways to blast. The NERF Super Soaker Quad Blast Hose Blaster. Quad Blast Hose Blaster includes 4 jet modes. Sniper, Soaker, Splitter, and Slasher? Told you, the more I work through it, the more I'm gonna get it out of me. Gotta kill that poison. Or this thing's actually killing me. 20-foot soaking range? $20 feet? That's terrible for a hose. Wow. Simply connect to your garden hose and you're ready to blast. Includes hose adapter. Exhilarating backyard blaster. Battles. NERF Super Soaker Quad Blast Hose Blaster makes a great gift for summer fun. Why did you release it in February? It's so easy to use. Just connect to your hose and you're ready to blast. Yes, simply connect to a water supply. This is the dumbest, but it gets better. Here's the same crap. Here's literally the same crap. It's the same thing! For $20! I'm actually angry. I didn't see this one. Garden hose powered. Unleash the excitement of non-stop soaking action with this garden hose-powered water blaster. NERF Super Soaker Hydro Burst Hose Blaster this company is worse than Hitler. WowWee is the worst thing to ever plague. I'm sorry. At some point, you just have to accept the fact that you have lost the path completely. And this is it. Maybe it's amazing. Let's find out. 2 ways to soak. The NERF Super Soaker Hydro Blast Hose Blaster includes 2 jet modes, Rapid Blast and Jet Stream, to add a thrilling twist to your water battles. You control the soak. Wad control handle allows you to control the water power. A gentle stream or the ultimate soak. You decide. Handle also includes automatic shutoff. Well, that's interesting. Oh, I assume that it springs forward and closes itself or something? 2 epic ways to blow to place on your shoulder to use it like a shoulder cannon. Or hold the blaster at waist level for a 2-handed attack. Why would you ever want to put this on your shoulder? You're cosplaying a Blastoise. That's it. None of this, I'm looking at this picture and I can't even tell what's going on here. It's like cutting the top of a water bottle to drink from it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh my god, there's like 3 of them in here. What the heck? So Austin Christmas $5, Iconic off the top of water bottle. Kraut Cat Super Chat at $5. They already have Garden Hood models for like 8 different types of sprays for $5 at Ace Hardware. Exactly. Kraut Cat knows what's going on. Thank you very much for the $5 Super Chat. Derek Woodson with a $2 Super Chat. How many 50 cal foam balls can fit in a Moab shelf? About 5. So thank you very much for the $2 Super Chat, Derek. Yeah, how does this get worse? What is it with Super Soakers and just completely sucking all the fun out of life? They're so bad now. Okay. Let me look at like this X-Shot thing, which is clearly just a pump. You're just gonna pump it and it's gonna spray. It might even twist the barrels. It's fast fill. I mean, the fast fill thing is kind of cool. I don't know why more Super Soakers don't do that. But yeah, it's like go on the market and try to find like a fun Super Soaker. They're all garbage now. Like, why would you ever? I don't know. Spire rules too expensive. I mean, yeah, maybe they're good, but it's like if you need to pay that much, even I think the manual ones were like $80 or something. No thanks. Hopefully they made their money. I don't know why Hasbro doesn't do something smart and just like, hey, yeah, here, we'll pay your licensing money. Let us please use. I'm assuming they can't. Like, they literally don't have the option. Doing just like remaking CPS or something would be a far more intelligent option. But I think like they literally can't because they screwed him on royalties for so long. The Hydra Cannon was good. That was hardcore. Hydra Cannon was hardcore. Your reminder to hydrate. Sorry, I gotta. This is gonna take a lot out of me. I've barely been out of bed today, so. How about those Nexus Aeon Pro X thingies? Yeah, we should probably talk about that, huh? And thankfully, I have all of that ready to go. I'll tell you what. You guys do me a really quick favor, and I will do my absolute best to not die and entertain you all for the next however long I'm conscious. Would you kindly? I asked you guys this when I did the video. I'll ask it once again. Can you please click that link, download that game? You don't have to play it. At least I don't think you do. But I have a couple of days left, and I'd like to try to max out this, you know, commission rewards thing. So, if you would, it's costs you nothing, helps the channel out greatly. Please click that link, download that game. It's honestly not even that bad. Where's my phone? Check this out. Is what I would say. Apparently there's no way I got rid of the game. I was literally playing it while I was sick, because you can play the game offline. I don't know. I'm going insane. But please do that. I swear to you, it's fine. And it really helps the channel. You consider it like if you've ever watched my content and you've never liked, you use ad block, you download the game, and you massively help out the channel. It's worth 5,000 views every single time you do. So please. And we'll go right into is what I would say if things would work. All right. Boink. I really need to like shrink me. Hi, me. Let's shrink you. $2 to review the world's smallest super. So, oh, I have a bunch of the original ones, but I haven't touched any of the new ones. I do know that they just brought out like new ones. I wonder how they compare to the old ones, but I have to find my old ones. Did you? Let's see if it actually updated in real time. I just realized. No, it does not. Probably takes forever. Whatever. Let's go like this. So, let's make sure that this is done in a way I don't want to steal. It's kind of hard to see it, but this was uploaded by Blaster Time. Thank you, bots. Thank you very much, James. Thank you very much, Lanix. Thank you, Classic For Real. You guys are awesome. Again, if you really want to help the channel, go ahead and just download that, please. It is a video game, I promise you. It helps the channel out massively. All right, so Blaster Time has uploaded a full-on video they got their hands on early of the new Nexus Pro and Aeon Pro. And they showed, which is really impressive to me that Dart Zone would even allow them to do this, but they posted the entire internals for the blaster. And a lot of us were really confused on how this blaster worked. So seeing this is something truly special. Because normally we would not be able to see this far ahead of time. These aren't supposed to come out till April. Knowing Dart Zone, they could come out sooner. I've seen that in the claim like May, and then it's on store shelves by March. So we'll see. Why are these blasters exciting? Because Dart Zone has been kind of fumbling a lot of things, and it would be nice to see them return to form. And I know it's like, it's not the most exciting release for them ever, but they're also trying to make up for that. They're upping the, you know, the higher end of FPS of what it could do. They're throwing everything that you could possibly want. This blaster should be about as perfect as it can get out of the box. And if they can accomplish that with no complaints whatsoever, no wants, no needs, like just basically besides whatever minor ergonomic problems you'd have, change, like just put out a fantastic blaster, that's good. That's what we want. So we have an idea now, and I'm going to do my best. Again, this was all done by Blaster Time. I'm going to make sure that you guys can see that. This is all posted by Blaster Time, and we're going to go through this, and we're going to talk about it, because it is a very important thing that Nexus Pro, you know, X is like the best thing that they've ever released. I'm sure they don't want that. I'm sure they want to milk another, you know, Mark 1.3 or something like that. I honestly don't know how they could after this release. Honestly, we don't know anything about durability or whatnot, but from what I see here, it's a pretty substantial release for them.
Look at the Adventure Force Nexus Pro, or the Dart Zone version, if you're outside of the US. The Blast.
Right off the bat, it looks freaking weird because it is very tall. I'm still not sure why they decided to do that, but you've got the Scar barrel, you've got the B-car, you've got side-mounted Picatinny rails on both sides, you've got this confusingly, I don't know, looking at this grip, it's starting to make me feel weird. You've got what looks to be a Talon mag, but apparently it's Dart Zone's own thing now. You've got this right here is something that I'm not a big fan of. There's a pretty big different distance between the trigger and the mag. Like this spot right here looks to be a lot bigger than it needs to be. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because of this mechanism for the dropping of the mag. You know, grip, we haven't really talked about that yet. And then you've got a buffer tube with buffer tube stock on it that is adjustable. Maybe it looks at something complicated internals for extra height. Maybe. We'll definitely see that. What's with the two barrels? The top one is literally just storage for the Scar barrel. I don't know why they decided that, but it doesn't look awful. It makes it look like something right out of Titanfall. Grip durability is an issue on the Nexus, Aeon, and 1.2. I have never had my grip fail on any of those blasters. That is quite the claim.
Comes standard with the scope.
That scope looks very familiar. I highly doubt that scope does anything, but it does look familiar. Like, I think it was like same... It looks very similar to the one on like the corner fire, I think.
Front sight, a roller scar, and normal scar, which you can
and a normal
store
scar
in the front of the blaster.
So BCAR is what we call that. That's a bearing centering auto rifling, and then SCAR is string centered auto rifling. But obviously it's using plastic, so I called it a PCAR. It's also cute. Seen other people shatter the priming block in the Nexus. I mean, yeah. You definitely can break them. I'm not going to say that, but they don't break all the time. I've been through quite a few different, you know, I've seen quite a few Nexus Pros, and I haven't seen any fail yet. But I'm not saying they don't, but it's not a very common thing, I don't think. I broke the buffer tube on mine before anything else had a chance to break. You probably dropped it or something. We will talk about that, Blinking Corn.
Also comes with 2 magazines, which hold 12 darts each. And
did it just say it comes with 2 magazines?
Blaster. Also comes with 2 magazines, which hold 12 darts each.
12 darts? Interesting. 2 of them. I seriously feel like Hasbro or Dart Zone has been taking what I've been complaining about for years. Because I think I'm the only content creator that has complained about that. Anytime you sell a magazine fed anything, it needs to come with an extra mag. Every time. I don't care. It is so annoying that the entire purpose of the magazine is that for quick swapping out to an empty magazine. And they just need to include 1 extra in the package every single time. And everybody would be happy. I guarantee you that would be a net positive for NERF in terms of revenue if they would just be doing that. Instead of like, I don't even think they really sell the magazine separate much anymore. Like the last time I saw NERF mags separately was like when they sold the purple Fortnite mags. Thank you very much for the $2 super chat, Red Reality. Have a good one. And Link Hole with the $2 super chat, Rev Reaper game. Rev Reaper is way better than people give it credit for. Compared to the Tryon. That would be a very good thing, except for the Tryon doesn't come with any kind of muzzle stabilization out of the box. And the Tryon, I mean, it's definitely worth talking about. They do AZN, but it only on their website or on like Amazon.
And includes 24 darts to fill them.
That's way better than NERF usually does.
Safety glasses, which are somewhere around here. Looking at it from the front to the back.
So what this is telling me is he already has like a complete package. Like we should be seeing this thing really soon. Snazmaster, from what I know, BCARs are better for lower FPS. They stop really being that stable around the 200, 250 mark. At that point, SCARs are generally better.
Blaster comes with a roller scar and a normal scar.
You've already said that.
Storage above the barrel for the normal scar.
So yes, that top plastic barrel is one that you could swap in over the original, and that is purely for storage. Can you store the bearing scar in there?
You can store it on the side of the blaster if you want, with the included holder that holds.
Oh, I hate that.
Both of these.
That is gross.
On the side of the blaster, we have Picatinny rail, which is mounted. You can still see 1 slot of M-lock slot. So there.
Those are M-lock. I was going to actually talk about that. It was weird that they had not a Picatinny rail covering the entire thing. I don't know how you would do both M-lock and a Picatinny rail. I would feel like that would get in the way. But yeah, that's definitely a thing. And you can see the barrel. You can see it right there, which brings up the questions like your aim over bore is kind of insane with this blaster. That is actually a detrimental facet to this thing. I've seen a mixed reaction for the new Nerf turbine. The new Nerf turbine? It's like 4 years old now, M&J. Do you think it's a good blaster? If you can get it for 20, 30 bucks, sure, but you can't really mod it.
Extra M-lock slots behind there so you can remove the Picatinny rail.
Oh, cool. So you can just, it's like a, I wonder if the Picatinny rails are like M-lock.
The M-lock slots if you want.
Interesting.
The blaster has an angled foregrip.
That looks phallic. I'm sorry. It really does.
Which attaches to a Picatinny rail underneath, so you can also...
That might be, like, I'm sure it's comfortable, but you have all this nice angular design language and everything with this blaster, and then you have this thing that looks like you found it in, like, your mom's drawer. That doesn't look great. I don't know why they decided to make it all rounded and curvy and... I mean, I get that, David, but come on, man. It looks like a... you can't tell me that doesn't look like one, okay?
I'll change it to any other front grip, whatever version you like there.
So, it does have Picatinny rail underneath that grip, apparently, which is good, because that's one of the first things that'll have to freaking go, because it looks awful. Hopefully they've reinforced this part, because that's the thing we keep seeing, on, especially with things like the X-Shot long shot, that the priming grip linkage is very hollow and bad. My apologies.
On top of the blaster, we also have, of course, the scope and the...
Notice the fact that it is one long Picatinny rail. It's a good design.
Side on front, which worked really nice, by the way. On the bottom of the blaster, we have an angled mag well, so it's easy to load the magazine, and also a skinny pusher, just like the Eon Pro, which you can see in the previous version.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next.
Blaster has also 2 mag releases, one pedal if you want to grab it like that. And
I still really don't like the 2 fang setup here. I really don't like that. Maybe I'm wrong. Chat, you should correct me on this one. But I would rather have either a button mag release or like even a mag release in front of the trigger than have this fang right here and then another one right there. I think that looks terrible. I think it absolutely is horrible. I am so, like, I can stand a paddle. It's not my favorite, but I really don't like having these jetting plastic pieces. In fact, I almost want to remove this one immediately. Mawatao says, I agree, it's totally pointless. It's just another thing to catch on stuff. Bots, when I review it, I'll make sure to give it lots of strokes just for you. Oh, God. Where's Blee, man? I miss Blee. I think the double mag releases just get in the way if you're in gameplay. I agree. I don't like them. I don't know who likes this. This is so bad. I honestly, I really wish this was gone.
One extra lever.
It is interesting that this release pulls forward towards the mag, and that will obviously allow you to just reach up, grab the mag, pull it out. And then the smaller trigger, just below the firing trigger, you pull towards yourself, your grip, and that will also drop the mag.
You can pull.
That's really interesting.
Release or gravity drop the magazine. The grip is also replaceable with...
The grip is replaceable, that is good.
Your favorite standard AR grip.
And it will work with a standard AR grip.
Oh, that's a nice customization option.
That's a real nice customization option.
The stock is adjustable in 5 different positions. And it
5
also
different
has
position adjustable stock. Not really all that important in my opinion.
a storage compartment where you can just store spacers, extra O-rings.
Tactical Skittle repository.
Whatever small item you like to take with you on the field. Compared to the original Nexus, the Nexus
Man, that looks actually really pretty right there. You can see the highlighting, so that actually is some kind of texture on the blaster.
This Pro X has a nice flat top rail, which is really nice for all your accessories.
I agree with you, Dorian. The biggest thing is, like, I'm glad it's just, like, straight and, like, it's not curved. The curved ones are the worst.
On the side of the blaster, we also find the safety. And
typical dart zone safety moment.
Was really nice.
Can we just not add, like, trigger safeties? I feel like trigger safeties would be, like, way easier to add and less obtrusive. It's like, you know, a little bar that it's like a trigger on your trigger, so you can trigger while you trigger.
This really, it's hard to catch on camera.
Thank you,
probably.
Marcus.
This really has like a texture to it, which is unique, and it's really nice. The magazines are also a nice improvement.
That is straight up just a talent. Holy crap, I knew this was gonna hurt. We gotta get back into the swing of things. Ugh. They did that kind of, people kind of complained about it, see the Liberator. Did that have it? I'm drawing a blank on that one right now.
We have shown them off in the previous video about the Eon. So if you want to have more details about them, you can check
it looks, so I can kind of see some of the design now, and it's not as blatantly a Talon mag as I thought it was. You can see some of the design in the light here. I wish we had, you know, a better look at it.
Similar to the original Nexus.
That's pretty good.
Same mechanism, you remove the screw, take it out, and then you can swap the spring easily. The Nexus Pro X.
That's pretty good. The fact that it has the same kind of, that was the best spring replacement they had on a blaster.
Also has a
and that's not a very long barrel. I just want to point that out. Like, you're getting 200 FPS out of something with a pretty tight, compact barrel.
The blaster out of the box shoots between 100.
Oh, thanks for spoiling it for the rest of us,
FPS.
David.
You can see the details numbers somewhere up on the screen here. And even though it shoots at 200 FPS.
Okay, I'm starting to get my first. That's, oh god, it's got like I have a green screen behind me. It's got like Butthead's overbite, and I don't know if like once you kind of look at this, it kind of ruins absolutely everything about this blaster because it just looks frickin' awful. That's terrible. I don't like that at all.
The Prime is still, for the performance, it is really smooth. Like, it's not.
That is really lightweight looking.
FPS is really great. So after taking out some screws, let's take a look.
So here's the money shot of the entire organization here. What's interesting to me, and I'm not sure if I haven't watched these videos yet. So it looks like the little cap now has a whole guide rod on it, and that the spring is guided like most of the way through. I don't even know how you compress this spring unless the plunger rod has got like a hole that the whole guide rod goes. I'm really confused about how that operates. Money shot.
The Nexus Pro X. Starting at the front.
So, what we can see is that this is all completely non-functional nothing, which, okay, all right, sure. I'm gonna go out like Arthur Morgan. Oh, sorry. Again, I wasn't gonna stream, but I gotta fight through it.
The first.
This being completely MC non-functional leaves me with some questions. What we can see here is there's like an indirect air push, like, so this still, gosh darn it, I'm gonna have to cough again. One day we will all die, but it won't be today. We got Nerf to play with.
First thing we notice is the shiny barrel, which is a different barrel.
Shiny barrel, rare barrel, 1 in 8,000. Oh my god, I should know this by heart. Anyway.
Than the previous release of the Nexus. This one has an inner diameter of 13mm, so it's...
What is going on with this, like, grip? It's got a little thingy there.
Like most hobby barrels, actually, with a tighter bore for the higher performance. The priming block, which you can't see inside at the moment, but there are plastic roller wheels inside, which...
Hey! Is that the first we've got that? On a Dart Zone product? Like, I think that's the first time, but yeah, there's roller bearings inside of the priming block that helps stabilize it, so...
Guide the block around the barrel, so it's nice, solid, and the grip also has a roller in here.
Oh,
so it's
and that explains the little roller thing I saw.
The priming rails. Moving back, the priming rod is really big. It's basically like the same width as the...
It's a really big priming rod. You haven't seen big priming rods, buddy. But no, that's that whole spot right there is the priming linkage. So while it is offset from the barrel, you've got the barrel guiding it and supporting it, as well as that big large piece, and that's going to be directly in line with the whole plunger tube setup.
Blaster, and it's hollow inside, so this is like a really stiff priming bar. And the priming bar...
For those of you just joining us, this is again uploaded by Blaster Time. If you want to watch the whole video without me talking over it, you can just go to Blaster Time, check it out, support them, tell them Walcom sent you. But the key takeaway here is they've been inside the Nexus Pro X, and I haven't. I just really don't like this big empty space right here.
Is attached.
Look at that mess. I just noticed that mess right there.
The priming bar is attached to the...
This says Slamfire too, by the way.
The plunger, take out the catch.
Oh, I want to see the plunger.
The plunger is actually oval, like a lot of you suspect.
Yeah. I think we talked about that last week. That's very interesting. That's going to make any kind of like upgrades and replacement parts really difficult on us.
Internet. And that's nice silicone rubber pad on it. Put that back.
Is it oval the wrong way? No. No. Why? Why the absolute hell is it oval the wrong way? Oh no. That's the second, like, not good thing.
Put that back. Put this back here.
Oh no.
So if you prime the blaster,
it's oval the wrong way.
The big priming bar pushes the...
It's twisted. I just went through it by like frame by frame.
Rubber pad on it. Put that back.
No, it's not. Watch it again. I thought for a second you were right. He only slightly watched that ridge right there.
Put that back.
See? It goes, and then goes back up. It's oval the wrong way.
Put this back here. Alright, so if you prime the blaster, the big priming bar pushes...
Yeah, Tag, I agree completely. It's like, there's so many good things here, and then once again, they just start frickin' changing things for no reason.
Plunger catches in the catch.
It's a good thing to keep blasters thin for more maneuverability, and yet this is making it thicker for absolutely no discernible reason.
You move the priming block forward. The plunger seals to the gate here and directs the air down into the barrel.
That is a part I would have liked to have seen in better detail.
And then if you move the priming
How
block
exactly
forward,
does the air travel through that little elbow?
To the gate here and directs the air down into the barrel, which is different from an inline system where the barrel is in line with the plunger, so the air moves from the plunge tube down into the barrel. Because this is not a traditional system, inline system. The seal is also not traditional, and it's actually a silicone, rubber seal, which you also get one spare with the blaster, so you can always replace it. The string in the Nexus Pro X is a lot.
So, the idea of not having an inline air release isn't exactly the worst thing ever, because what we've seen with things like the Zinc, especially the ones that Moose has been making, those are like really short barrel, pretty tough springs that hit remarkably hard. And one of the things I think he was the one who explained to me was that the indirect airflow with that turnaround actually removes any kind of like air bubble that would form and cause resistance and slow down the plunger at the front of the plunger rod. As that air compresses, the offset helps do that while not reducing the, the reduction of airflow through the turnaround offsets that speed decrease immensely, is I think how it was explained to me, which makes sense.
Longer than...
Why is the spring so big? That is an excellent freaking question, Gibble Boris.
The original version, as you can see here, and if you look closely, I've lined this up. The spring actually extends out the blaster, so if you put it together, it actually has a little bit of pre-compression. The nice thing is that this rod is very long, and then also the spring is supported inside of the plunger here. So
good, so it is like
supported
literally a hollow plunger
which
tube.
Which helps a lot with the smooth priming action.
Which seems weird to me.
Finally hides another surprise, which is a hole where you can...
It has a hole. Mission accomplished, boys. It's got a hole. That's all we needed. We're done. This still looks like a mess. The more I look at this, the more I'm like, ugh, why? I feel like I'm starting to lose faith before I even get the blaster, and I was actually really excited when I started this, before I watched this video. This is a mess. This doesn't need to exist the way it does. And I kind of agree with Tag. This does look like a Kyber Pass version of like the long shot, where they just took a bunch of things they thought like were what, like, oh, we were so impressed by the way the mag release worked on the long shot, so they tried to make the same thing but didn't understand why we were impressed by it from the beginning, because the long shot's like little extra mag release for a $30 blaster was insane. And yeah, like, you know, I look at like this up here, this is awful. I hate this. I absolutely... And I still don't have confirmation if you could put the B car in this spot over the P car. This being empty is annoying me, because this makes a lot of the design decisions they made. Like, there's always, like, almost no reason why this couldn't have just been a normal, here's a spring, here's a plunger, here's the barrel, right? Like, I think that would have made it cooler. Right? There's no reason for this. All you did was create a big empty space above it because you moved it down. That boggles my mind. Like, it's not even that, Gwen. It's like they moved the barrel down. And in doing so, just created a big empty space. Which tells you that they didn't have to do that. Because doing that made the empty space. They weren't doing this to conserve space. They weren't doing this for any... And that was my initial concern. And now it's a more concern than it needs to be. Easier to package by being 3 inches shorter? No, I mean, literally, it wouldn't change anything. Like, actually, it would have been cooler because the mag would have set up higher in the blaster. I really don't understand.
What you can use to mount a standard AR grip to. So there's a hole at the bottom here, which is...
that thing being reverse oval? No, that's no bueno. You said it, Element Rider.
just a hole. You can thread a bolt in that attaches to a standard grip, so you can.
So he says a hole that you can install a bolt into. Is there actually a nut or anything in there? Because if there isn't, that's not going to make a whole lot of sense.
Place the grip with your favorite grip. So that was a sort of quick overview of the Nexus Pro X. Let us know in the comments what you think about it. In my opinion,
make sure you give Blaster Time some love, because, you know, there's a lot in here. I gotta say, I'm now actually more worried than I was before I watched this video. I do have to remember that this is not a blaster for me, it's a blaster for thee. I already have all of the pump action magazine fed springers I could possibly ever want, and I'm not exactly seeing where this design is going to make even me like, oh, this does something new and unique, therefore I absolutely have to go buy one, because it's not doing that. Yes, it does have a skinny pusher.
Opinion, it's a really nice step forward compared to the
or like
original
no
Nexus.
pusher, actually. Like, it has a skinny pusher. Like, it does. But I also want to point out that, like, it basically has no pusher. If you see what I mean. It's really bizarre. Don't worry about it, Tag. You'll pick one up anyway. So, I would say my enthusiasm was at about an 8. Now it's at about a 6. If it is actually smooth and comfortable and does hit 200 FPS and does slam fire, maybe my review, which I doubt Dart Zone will send me one. I don't know why they keep snobbing me. They do. I will probably try to pick one up and just do like a durability test on it in the review. Because, I don't know. I was worried because it did seem like in the past, and I've talked about this, Tag keeps bringing it up. The fact of the matter is that, like, they keep changing stuff they don't have to change. And I really feel like they did that to the extreme with this release. I am well aware, Undead Slayer. I've already purchased them. Okay. Now we talk about the Aeon Pro. So, I haven't watched this video either. From what I can see in this exact still that we're looking at, I am very much thinking that for the, like, this is almost a blaster you either don't need, or, like, you pick this up over the Aeon, or the, Nexus Pro. Because this is identical. And I just, like, shorter springs and shorter barrel. But the internals look the same. Which, in my opinion, is a huge misstep. So.
Comes with a detachable scar, which can also...
So, that is their plastic scar. PCAR is what I would call it. A plastic-centered auto-rifling. These ones are designed that you can put them in the Aeon Pro. And I think they even work with, like, the Mark 1, they're like 2.1s and stuff like that, too. But then, the flared end is meant to fit over standard barrels we use in the hobby. So, unlike Hasbro, they are actively trying to get both markets, which is a good idea. And as, who was that just brought that up? The Undead Slayer. If the BCAR and Scars are actually good, it'll be well worth $20. And trust me, you'll find out. Especially if they ship, like, now. Like, yeah, you'll find out if those are any good. I will let you know. Because for $20 for an injection molded one, that's a good deal. If there's any problem whatsoever, I will let you know. And judging by Dart Zones, I'm going to assume it's going to be, like, too loose or some other, like, fundamental flaw.
Fit on standard 16mm barrel.
16mm, apparently.
12-round magazine, which looks a lot like a Talon magazine.
It does look like a Talon magazine. I also like that purple color. That's a cool color.
Safety glasses, and it comes with 12 darts included. This orange version...
This only comes with one mag, but to be fair, it is also the more budget option.
Is the same version as will be available in the US on Walmart shelves and Walmart.com. The international release, which will also be available in Europe and from the last time shop, will be purple, just like the new Nexus.
I would rather have a purple one. More so to the point where I'd almost try to import one of the purple ones. I'm not sure why they went with, like, a lot of people would say like firearm laws in the US, like replica firearm laws. But then why even make two different kinds to begin with? You know what I mean? Or like, well, it's even like the Nexus Pro doesn't have the orange, it has the purple. So I'm really, really confused why they even made the two different ones. I do want to say, staring at this design, this thing looks sick as heck. This blaster actively looks ballin'. If you look at this and you can't say that's a good looking blaster, you're broken inside. That looks so much better than the Nexus, it isn't even funny. I honestly wonder how hard it would be to make one of these pump action over the Nexus Pro. This thing looks sick. It really does.
So it will be the same color. So it will be different from the US version. The US version is orange with a purple magazine. International should be used with other blasters because it attaches to a standard 16mm barrel. On the top and sides we find Picatinny rail, and behind the side Picatinny rail there are two M-lock slots.
So is it just screwed in, or is it M-lock Picatinny?
You can also use it with M-lock accessories. On the top we find the big priming handle, which has a nice ridge at the back, so you can lock your hand in there.
So that's like the only change on this entire blaster. That will obviously mean there shouldn't be any kind of like pump action, you know, barrel support, anything at the front of it, which is a shame. But yeah, this one is going to be directly connected, although still offset from the plunger tube.
On the side is really cool printing. This is really high quality printing, but in the middle a unique texture, which apparently is printed in layers or something like that. It has a nice feel, nice texture to it. The magazine well is slightly chamfered, so it's quite easy to just load the magazine.
That's honestly a really good thing that they're chamfered at all. Seriously, like, that's one of the easiest things they could add to virtually every single blaster without taking anything away. That would demonstrably increase, you know, our usage of the blaster, and that's cool if they did that.
The new magazines are really nice, and they look a lot like the traditional Talon.
Yeah, this is definitely like, hey, you can copy my homework, just try to make it not the same.
We all know. There's a really nice texture on the side of the magazine, so it's...
That old, you know, 90s, you know, gas station squirt gun aesthetic. I love it.
Nice to grip, and it looked great too. The magazines hold 12 darts compared.
What is it? Say like dart zone at the bottom? Like, what the hell is that? Like,
nice to grip, and
what is that?
It looked great too. The magazines hold 12 darts compared to...
I can't even tell. It looks weird.
In the Talon. The catch is in the same location, which is nice, and the feed lips are almost similar. A nice thing.
Yeah, I think you're right, Solanese. I do like the fact they add grips, but keep in mind, from what I'm seeing here, I want to see that one more time. This is a 12-rounder, and that's a 15-rounder.
Which is nice.
And I swear it looks like the 15-rounder
almost similar.
Is like not even like half an inch longer. So
a nice thing on
what's going on there
is it's probably gonna be hard to see.
Oh, it says 12.
The bottom cap has a stopper, so you can't overload or overstretch the spring by loading too much darts in them. The blaster has a skinny pusher. It's not really a pusher in the traditional sense, but we'll see.
That confirms what we were talking about with the Nexus. It's weird watching these videos in the wrong order. It gives us a little bit more, I guess, context. How have you not gotten a stronger Picatinny to Picatinny rail adapter? I just haven't yet. I mean, I could buy them, but I don't have a use for them, to be honest.
That in the teardown section later in the video. There are two mag releases, which is interesting. One big pedal, so you can just pull the magazine
looks
out.
so
and
awful.
There's one which you can
I hate it.
operate with your middle finger.
I hate it.
And you have to pull it back.
One or the
push
other.
it forward. So it's a little bit different. But once you get used to it, it's a really nice way.
I really don't like that. I hate
change
it.
the magazine.
I hate it.
On the
I
side
hate
of the
it. I
blaster
hate
is
it.
also the safety. The Eon has a really smooth prime and really great performance at about
Looks like a nice trigger pull.
165 FPS with a really low standard deviation.
Not bad.
So it's really consistent. You can see more detailed numbers somewhere here on the screen. So let's take a look inside and see how it works. And these are the internals of the Dartphone Eon Pro X. As you can see in the front of the blaster, there are M-lock slots hidden behind.
Oh, I see how they work.
Inside the blaster, we see this nice shiny barrel, which is a tighter barrel than we have seen in previous Dartphone blasters. The internal diameter is actually
It looks identical. Identical to the Nexus Pro. The plastic is different for some reason. I don't know why they use like different like materials. I really don't like the fact that these are like polycar or like translucent. What's that? Somebody smart like, you know, Blaster Hub there will correct me, but I really don't ever want to see clear plastic being used for something like my frickin' catch. That's a bad thing. That means it will like shatter. Okay, I'll take your word for it, because that bothers me.
13mm, so which helps with the performance, of course. The priming grip is attached on either side to the plunger tube. So if you prime the blaster, the plunger tube moves back.
Okay, that's actually way more in line prime than I was expecting.
Plunger catches the catch, then you pull the plunger tube forward again, and it seals into the breech with this, strangely formed seal, which is not a standard O-ring.
That had to be more difficult to make than just making a standard seal.
With a sort of silicone seal, and it seals into the barrel. The interesting thing is that
I'm a
the
moron.
plunger
Chat
tube
confirmed it.
is higher than the barrel.
I see
There is that's how it
Tag,
works, and then into the
Fallon,
barrel
Supa, everybody
The
telling me
Eon
I'm dumb.
uses a rather long spring
Polycarb is much
compared to
stronger, and it's
the
most likely polycarb.
previous version, which is really well supported.
Yeah, it's cool that it has like a
with
big
this rod,
long
and then
guiding
also
thing right up
the plunger,
inside of it.
which makes for really smooth priming action. If you pull the trigger, it doesn't fall apart. The catch moves up, and the plunger moves forward. The plunger tube is actually oval, which is hard to see to take it out, but it's wider than it is high. Behind the stock attachment point, you can see that there is
Yeah, it's like a twisty knob. See, that's what I want to see. I'm hoping that this little twisty knob thing, like there's a way to do that without removing this whole ass cap.
You can remove the spring.
They're smart.
So it's easily changeable, but
It's Dart Zone.
you have to take out 4
Son of a... Why?
screws, but if you take this off, you can easily change the spring. The grip finally hides another feature, which is a hole that you can use to attach another grip, so you can put a standard AR grip on here. And
that's cool. So a lot of features did carry over, and they really did not have to make it so you have to remove 4 screws in order to get to your spring, which is still, mind you, a twisty offer. It's already a lock-in thing. It doesn't need to have a bunch of screws to lock it in, because it's already a thing that locks in.
just screw into this hole. So
Why?
with whatever AR
Even if there's a law for that, there's gonna be a way to get around it.
grip you want to put on there. Overall, in my opinion, the Eon X is a really great step forward compared to the original version. Just the accessories, it comes with compatibility, Overall, it's just a nice performer, nice blaster out of the box. It will be available from our web shop. The link is in the description. You can find all the details about pricing, availability there. Also, you can subscribe to the waitlist, so you get an email when we start the pre-order for this.
All right. Again, this is all thanks to Blaster Time. They uploaded these videos. Make sure you go there. Tell them Walcom sent you. Give them some love. So here's where I'm at. He did kind of show it firing like once. I think that's the biggest thing removed from these. Like, he could have put an extra minute or two in here of him just actually firing the damn thing, and we'd have a better idea. But he gave the chronograph numbers.
There's also the safety. The Eon has a really smooth prime, and
it has slam fire, I'm fairly certain, right? So this thing will be kind of an awesome, like, secondary sidearm. I know that doesn't make sense because it's a mag-fed thing, but, like, if you could just have this on your you know, strapped to your side. I don't think I saw... yeah, there isn't one. You'd have to make a cap or something that has a sling loop on it. But have that just, like, clipped to your gear, like a belt or something, and you could just really, like, you know, do a thing or whatever you could just loosely grab it, have it just at your hip, and just unload, you know, rapid fire 170 FPS shots with this thing. Like, I just gonna put a big old bolt on the side of mine. I just grab it and go like that. That didn't look suggestive at all. I feel like there's a lot more to like about the Aeon than the Nexus. I still think they changed so many things just to change things. I honestly wish this was the Nexus. I don't know why the Nexus one, they really, yeah, especially now. I love the purple color scheme. I think the purple is so much fancier than the orange. I like the look of the stock. I like the little tactical Skittles compartment on it. I can hide my bird seed in there or something. This is so ugly. Like, if you look at just this spot, it looks so bad. It looks so awful. And I just, like... I don't know how to reconciliate with that. I think the Aeon looks so much better and honestly has maybe a brighter future. But they had to remove it, like ruin it with one thing. And I don't understand why they couldn't have had the cap have like a hole in it, or the cap has like a button release and you take out the plastic, or you take out the screws, and then there's a button on it that unlocks it, so you can press the button, unlock the whole stock attachment point, twist the thing out, change the spring, do whatever you need to, pop it back in, put the cap on, and never have to put those screens back in. I'm actually really feeling the Aeon. It just looks better, man. It really does just look like the superior tactical foam weapon platform. You're not wrong, David. You're not wrong. That is very interesting. So, I was actually less excited for the Aeon Pro. I'm raising my opinion of the Aeon. It's probably like a 7 for the Aeon. I'm more like a 9 now, to be honest. So, I'm less excited for the Nexus Pro. I'm more excited for the Aeon Pro now. I mean, fair enough, but, you know, one blasted... Like, that's the thing. I want to be very clear. How many pump action... Have I done this video yet? I may not have done the video yet. How many pump action magazine fed blasters are there? And we still don't have even remotely close to a perfect one. I don't think any of them have gotten everything on like a fundamental level right. I really don't think they have. But for those of you that disagree with me, definitely don't go to this link I'm typing in the chat right now and download that game and help me out immensely. Please do it. If you really don't like me, that's exactly what you'll do. Please. It costs you nothing. It's a fun game. I played it for several hours. I don't even know how they make money off of it, to be perfectly honest, but it's a match 3 game, and it is literally helps the channel more than you could imagine. I would really appreciate it if you click that link, download that game for me. That was a sponsor that I had for the Zombie Strike video, and I would really appreciate your support on that. My Harrier was the fastest spring swap in my entire arsenal. I'm trying to remember, like, holy crap, when was the last time I picked up my Harrier? Yeah, I may have to do that video, because it still seems like, especially ahead of this Blasters release, it still seems like we don't have, every single one of these Blasters is doing something different for no reason. The closest one is the Tryon. And it still has problems that could be solved. That won't be solved, apparently. I'm dying. Send help. Ugh. Again, for those of you that, like, seriously, I cannot thank you enough. Please download that game through that link. If you already have it, download it again, please. Just use my link. It helps so much. Let's see if it's actually updated since I posted it. It has! The number has gone up by 5. 5 of you? Come on, we can do better. We can do better. I'm out here dying from whatever terrible disease, doing my best to not be a freeloading idiot and actually give you guys the content you deserve. Considering I've had 3 separate Trons with trigger issues, I have to disagree. Well, that's not exactly... First of all, you could fix that, Logan. But I mean, like, the Tron was the closest to, like, being the perfect thing. The reason for that is the Tryon had super smooth prime. Really nicely designed ergos and everything like that with tons of customization. Easy power swap. Like, there's so many things that the Tryon does good. My biggest flaw with the Tron is it doesn't allow you to use a SCAR out of the box. I really want to see you fire that LMG AG that just a saw. Oh, that thing. I don't want to spend money on those. Thank you, bots. Thank you, Miller family. Thank you, Mook. I'm gonna die. I honestly... I don't know how much longer you want me sitting here coughing into the mic. This is important, Mook. This is important. I had to do this because I need to get back into the spring of things. I just printed an outside core of the second prototype. Oh, for your things? That's cool, Vulcan. The SCAR that comes with the Mark IV can go in almost any Dart Zone Pro blaster. Yeah, I think I saw that, Harris. I think somebody showed me that at, was it... I want to say it was Ragfest. Somebody showed me that. I was like, oh my god, I never even thought about that. Jeremy, it's going. I've been sick like a dog all week, and I wasn't going to stream, and I decided to try, because I know I've been kind of radio silent with pretty much everyone. My own Discord didn't even realize that I've been literally sleeping for 20 hours a day for the past week. I have been in a NyQuil-infused coma forever, and I still feel like trash. I feel substantially better. Thank you, Shepard. Thank you, Harris. Hopefully. It'll be fine. I'm sure. I'm definitely better than I was yesterday. Yesterday I was better than I was the day before. I think the worst of it's over. Can I ask who told you about Hasbro licensing their design? I don't remember, honestly. Somebody said it, and then it made a lot of sense to me. Because, like, Hasbro only seems to re-release certain blasters. And it kind of makes sense that they don't reshell and remake and make their older stuff, the stuff that they should be re-releasing new versions of, they don't, and it's because they licensed the design from a designer. It's the weather, man. That's why I don't even think about games and social media much till winter weather. I mean, we had snow, which is weird, and now it's like not snow and it's just mush. I think we're gonna be calling this one a little early because I'm gonna die. I want to go back to bed. I have been overstretching for just jumping right back into the swing of things. It was 80 yesterday and 40 today? No. No, Jeremy. That is too much of a swing. It's 45 degrees right now, according to the phone. The Zombie Strike video is rad. I've watched it 3 times now. Love your long-form content. All 2 of them I think I've ever done, Mook, but thank you. It was a colossal amount of work, and it's no surprise to me that I got sick right after I uploaded it. Because I pulled like 2 or 3 all-nighters trying to get that done for the sponsor deadline. I will definitely be doing more of it. That video... See, that's the funny thing about long-form content, right? So... I did an upload for what? Like about over a month? And I put out that video. Normally it's like YouTube's gonna be like, yeah, you don't upload enough, so we're not even gonna try with you. I could upload a video that's like the cure for cancer. And if I haven't uploaded in the past week, YouTube's like, nah, now we're gonna punish you. Oh, less of your subscribers are choosing to watch this video. Yeah, suck it, Walcom. And the real matter of the fact is they're not pushing it to anybody. So normally that's how that goes. The funny thing about long form content is the average view duration of that is like 8 other videos combined. And so they kind of don't have the ability to not push that video, because YouTube will push the video as long as it's getting clicks that add up into watch time. It's a very simple system. They will continuously push that video until it no longer gets views or clicks, or views or view duration or click. Very simple. At least it sounds simple. And so when I upload a 2-hour-long video, the average view duration is so high that it started off like the video did horribly. I think the first day it was uploaded is like awful. And now it's the best video I've uploaded in like forever, performance-wise. It's really good about that. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's performing well. It's definitely was worth monetary for me to suffer through it, and I will do more. I don't know how often. I don't know when. Like I said, I kind of wanted to do Rebel, but the problem with Rebel is it's going to be way harder for me to find all of the Rebel blasters than it was for the Zombie Strike ones. The good news is now all the Zombie Strike blasters are in one box. So I will definitely be doing more of that. It will be, the next one will be substantially easier than this one was, to be frank. I think we'll be okay. I don't know if I'm going to do Rebel. I have also opened up I kind of want to go through some more fun ideas of like Nerf revolvers and just find all of the revolvers I can and just do a video like that. And that will cover multiple series, and like, it would still be about like an hour to, hour and a half long, but that's the kind of stuff that I want to do. Yeah, I know, Jeremy. I know. I'll get that NyQuil soon enough. But I really am happy with that, and I can't thank you guys enough for your support on that, because I knew it was like, didn't upload for a month. To be honest, I was not feeling it anymore. I wanted to do something. YouTube sucks. It's horrible. And I know it seems like the easy, like, oh, well, at least you don't wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go stand out, digging ditches. It's like, you're right. You don't have to think to do that. You don't have to be creative. It's a different kind of difficulty. It's like when you equate like YouTube with like, oh, it's a 9 to 5, put in your time. That's the YouTube channel that probably isn't doing well. Because if you don't have any passion, if you don't have any creativity, it's art, your channel will most likely fail. The real issue is like, then you're talking about like, oh, I have a passion project like this Zombie Strike video. Well, now you're putting, 130 hours of work into it. And it sucks. That was a lot of effort, and the next one will be surprisingly easier, and it will open up to me I want to do more evergreen style content like that. I'm hoping that by March, end of March, that video has 200,000 views. While I'm still uploading, hopefully, more regular content. I'm not saying hopefully, I will. I am more motivated than ever. I'm very happy. I have lots of things I want to talk about video-wise. I have a new way I do my videos, and you guys seem to appreciate it, so I'm probably just going to keep doing that and upload. My next video will be the bolt-action Mega Sniper from Spitfire products. After that, we'll be doing the 1942 La Blaster. Those will probably both be, I want to say, Wednesday, Friday. I'm hoping. But I planned on that. I planned on Monday, Wednesday, Friday last week, and I woke up Monday wanting to die. So, and I don't think I even realized what day it was by Thursday. So, I'll talk about the zombie driller and the slash shot, whatever it's called. That's a guns term. Those two, I want to take a break for the zombie strike stuff, but I do have those videos already filmed. Don't buy them. They're awful. Pump action Springer video crowning the true king. I kind of already did one. It just wasn't as complete as I'd like it to be. You're not wrong, Classic. The issue is when you can't do the creative stuff and you have to. That's when things fall apart. 77, I don't have one, so how can I comment on it? Alrighty, I know this is a bit shorter. I need to stop. I'm sorry. This was a far and large way from, like I told you, I was in a coma for the past week, and I decided, like, I wasn't even going to stream, now I'm streaming, but I seriously need to rest. So, probably no content tomorrow. I don't know if there'll even be content Monday, but there will be stuff coming out this week, unless something catastrophic happens, which it shouldn't. I've already gotten sick, so that's the hopefully one sickness of the year. I'm going to go back to sleep. I miss video games. I really miss video games. Once again, if you guys are kind enough, please click that link, download Royal Match for me. It is a massive help to the channel. They were a great sponsor. They're giving us the chance to be an even greater sponsor, which is rare. I don't think that's ever happened for this channel at all. That's why I'm trying to push it as hard as I can. I really appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful night. I'll leave you with the rest of this sultry song. Maybe not the rest of it, but we'll give you a good amount of it because it's like 10 minutes long apparently. But love you all. Thank you. Have a wonderful, safe night. Maybe if you were under the weather, I've managed to distract you from it for a little bit. Talk to you soon. I don't know how to turn this off.